The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, said Lao Tzu. The world is a book, and those who do not travel read only one page, said St. Augustine. And the Dalai Lama said, happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions. So today we are here, guys, and we're going to talk about the new moon in Sagittarius, which going to take place December 1st, 2024. We're going to have two new moon of this month, so that's once in a blue moon, right? Because we're gonna have on the 1st and the 31st as well a new moon, but the 31st we're going to have it in Capricorn. So right now we're going to talk about the Sagittarius theme over here. Sagittarius rules the ninth house and it's ruled by Jupiter. So if you know me, then you know I always talk about a little bit of Sabian symbol, about the degrees as well. First of all, it's going to happen in the first decan because it's in 9 degrees. I talk about the, for example, some fixed star and also asteroid, if it's possible, or dwarf planets, whatever it's going to make conjunction or some kind of aspect with. If you're new to my channel, my name is Christina. I am your co-pilot, and I'm here actually to help you overcome difficulties and use the energies, if it is positive for your highest potential as well. But truly, I'm doing a lot of mundane astrology, and every single time I'm going to analyze each individual signs for you as well. Shortly, usually it's not a long video. The lunation, what I'm doing most of the time, I'm actually giving you a meditation as well. So if you would like to stay with me, then please do the meditation what I wrote for you. Also, I would like to actually announce I really need someone to work with because I'm overwhelmed. And to make more videos, I really need someone who can stamp my videos as well. So please reach out. My website is going to be in the description section, actually. And if you would like to work with me, I would be happy to. So let's see what's going on. Obviously, I'm going to ask for your birthday details to check if we are actually suit together. But if you are willing to do that, please just get in touch with me. All right, guys. So what we have to know about right now, and definitely when I'm going to do the video and I'm going to put that on YouTube, I will put the sky picture up for you guys, and you will be capable to see that as well. So what you have to know about this potent new moon, it's going to happen in the first decan in 9 degrees of Sagittarius, right? And it's going to align and conjunct with the fixed star Antares. And you have to know also it's going to make a trine to Salacia and also Varuna as well. Those are trans-Neptunian object, and those are actually dwarf planets. So we're going to talk about the god of mastery and consciousness, which is Varuna, and also we're going to talk about Salacia, which is the higher love itself, the goddess of higher love. And, the implication for global and mundane, and also for personal themes, as I said before. So the highlights of this new moon, if we are going to check the Sabian symbol of the 9-10 degrees, you always check 1 degree up. So if it's 9 degree any minutes, it's the 10 degrees Sabian symbol. And right now it's in Sagittarius. So this is actually a golden hair goddess with opportunity, right? That is the Sabian symbol over here. So it's actually going to speak about possibilities right now. And Sagittarius, because it's ruled by Jupiter and it is ruling the ninth house, Jupiter represents optimism and also bold actions as well, and wisdom as well. So it's seizing the opportunities. And this Sabian symbol really aligns with this kind of Jupiterian energy here. So, as I said, Jupiter rules higher education, truth seeking, and Sagittarius as well. Anything to do with legal matters, justice, because Jupiter is justice, right? Legal matters is seventh house, Libra, fairness, equality, but in Sagittarius, it's still legal matters with justice bringing in anything to do with foreign diplomacy and publishing as well. Sagittarius rules long distance traveling, anything to do with your citizenship, passport, visa, and also it could with language learning as well. And if you are checking the ninth house, what is it connected in mundane perspective? It's represent global ethics, religious institutions, so it's representing the church as well. Anything to do with PR and advertising, anything to do with TV series, podcasts, YouTubing, and cross-cultural relationship as well. So let's talk about Antares over here. All right. So Antares conjunction, Antares known as the heart of the Scorpion. And it's a Promenian fixed star. It's a royal fixed star. It has strategic ability and it is driving us to success as well. It's very, very determined. And even if it's going to bring challenges, because Antares could be really pride and, could overreach as well, it's still reaching for success. It's truly ambition. And, it's associated with Mars and Jupiter energies, Ptolemy said, but also, who was the Vedas who said actually it's considering to be Jupiter and Sun energies over there. So this is a really, really beautiful fixed star, and it's also associated because it's a royal fixed star. It's associated with Archangel Uriel as well. And Uriel itself is connection and integrity and spiritual guidance, right? And also symbolizing wisdom and illumination as well. So, what it's going to amplify is it's going to amplify leadership and justice and truth and dedication actually for the truth and digging the truth up. All right, and then we have to actually talk about the trine with Salacia and Varuna as well. And Salacia is higher life, inspires compassion and spiritual evolution, urging us to expand beyond materialism into collective consciousness because of, this is the higher octave of love. It is the higher octave even for Neptune. And, it's trans-Neptunian object, and it is actually named after Roman goddess of salt water and Neptune's consort, embodies themes of higher love, consciousness, and mystical depth of the sea. The trine between the new moon and Salacia suggests a harmonious flow of creative and spiritual energies, guys, over here, encouraging exploration and deeper emotional currents and intuitive insights as well. And let's talk about Varuna over here, which is also a trans-Neptunian object as well. And the Hindu deity of cosmic order and celestial ocean represent mastery consciousness and the upholding of universal law, right? So the trine over here, it's very, very positive because it requires wisdom, it requires integrity, and it is going to require commitment for higher principles. So truly, this is a new moon, and it's going to unfold for us and for the collective within 6 months until the Sagittarius full moon going to happen in Taurus in Gemini season. So obviously that doesn't happen overnight. Overnight, it doesn't happen necessarily right away, but some of us going to feel the changes right away. So let's see the mundane astrology and the global and social implication of this new moon over here. You know, so because of it's happening in the first decan, it's still Sagittarian, it's still Jupiterian. So it's going to get an extra Jupiterian boost and energy. And because of Jupiter is anything to do with growth and blessing and optimism and you know, opportunities, this is going to be great. And don't forget also Antares is Uriel as well, so that is also going to be positive, most likely, you know, if not the Martian energy going to take over, because you always have to know as above, so below. So most of the time, you know, it could either way, especially the conjunction could be either work out either way, bad or good way. But definitely, I'm going to talk about the lower manifestation of the energy and the higher manifestation of the energy as well. So you know what is going to go under transformation because Jupiter is the ruler of this new moon. Anything to do with global diplomacy, media, and ethics over there because of ninth house also moral, not ethics, not morals because morals coming from the second house, but ninth house is ethics, yes. And you know, because Antares is also involved over here, that's why we're going to talk about, you know, ambition and also conflict resolution here. So let's see. So for example, the United Nations could, just a second over here, because somebody is at my door. Oh God. All right, I let the people in. I don't even know where I have been, but yes. So you know, anything to do with we're going to talk about geopolitical influences over here. We're going to talk about potential conflicts, and we're going to talk about you know, media and whatever Jupiter was traveling also because you know Jupiter was the ninth house of traveling to foreign land, or you know, ninth house also aviation as well. So we're going to talk about that as well. So for example, the United Nations could broker a new climate treaty emphasizing ethical resource distribution to curb the global carbon footprint. All right, and over here also we can actually have some kind of uh, key players like the EU and the African Union, which could lead targeting renewable energy accesses, okay, to underdeveloped regions. And for example, the other situation could arise on the Middle East, you know, because we might going to witness some kind of new diplomatic efforts to stabilize Syria, Yemen, anything to do with Palestine regions over there. This new moon actually, because of, you know, Sagittarius also is liberation guy, so it could encourage us like encourage some kind of involvement of neutral nations like Switzerland or Norway to mediate some kind of peace talks between those countries. And obviously, Israel is involved over here as well. And then we're going to see the US-China trade relation going to progress again. And it could be something to do with an agreement, you know, to sharing standards of technological investment or anything to do with industries like cybersecurity and green energy. And somewhere, somehow over there, they're going to sign some kind of agreements about this kind of um, you know, situations. And then we're going to have maybe also some kind of conflict coming up because Antares also has a Martian energy as well, right? And anything to do with the South China Sea. It could be something territorial, right? Because of Jupiter also rules Pisces, and Pisces doesn't know boundaries. So when you analyze anything and when you start to do researches, guys, always check the planet. Check, okay, what kind of planet is that? Is it hot, dry? Is it have winds on it? Because then you know what we can expect on Earth under the influence as well. Or, what is Jupiter in mythology? What does the ninth house representing in mundane or in finances or in personal themes as well? And that's who you are capable to brainstorm and come up with some kind of notes and what you need to talk about if you would like to have a YouTube channel, because obviously new moon in Sagittarius could be really great for some of you to start, YouTubing, podcasting, and broadcasting, or some kind of education, right? Or maybe some kind of travel block, some of you. But going back to the global conflict over here, it could be something to do with territorial dispute with South China Sea and the Arctic regions. And on the other thing is, you also have to check the news all the time. So when you are coming up with examples, you also capable to do your researches. I'm going to put actually all the research I have done under in the description box, so you can go and read it as well. And I do, yes, I'm guilty of watching a lot of podcasts, but I also read tremendously lot, and also I read the 1440, so that's one of my source of information, because I want to be not biased. I try to really do everything. And of course, I'm a human, so I will be somehow biased. But, when I'm coming up with examples for you guys, it's based on a lot of research. All right. So, uh, definitely there could be, because Martian energy, there could be some kind of ethical violation, anything to do with unresolved historical dispute. And that is between Israel, Palestine, that is between also the China Sea, the Arctic region, and also something to do with cybersecurity, because of Antares has a Martian flavor as well, right? So then you're going to check what Mars rules. It rules Aries and it rules Scorpio. In Scorpio, it could be something with security. It could be some kind of Hades energy, right? So when you interpret and when you try to brainstorm, please be mindful about, the energy of the fixed stars as well. So yes, there will be some kind of more conflict with Israel, Palestine as well, and even Russia and Ukraine as well. On the other hand, the publishing and media, because it's going to Trine, Salacia, and Varuna is anything to do with diplomacy and ethic and justice, and Salacia is higher octave of love, right? So there could be some kind of groundbreaking, amazing new platform coming up, anything to do with Netflix or Disney, for example. But there going to be some kind of ethical implication over here, what's going to be highlighted with Netflix and Disney. Maybe it will actually have the systemic racism or the systemic social injustice. So those kind of platforms going to maybe rebel against those kind of issues, which is major, guys. There is systemic racism and there is systemic, social injustice. And also, this could be new reports, New York Times, The Guardian, the Emerald, whatever you read, actually, they could come up with new investigation, because Mars in Scorpio, right? Its investigation is the detective Antares, because it is conjuncting with that. It could be some kind of investigation, and because of Jupiter is justice and Varuna also ethic and justice, there could be some kind of issues with corporates, right? Multis, and maybe they are doing some kind of labor abuses or some kind of environmental issues, putting toxin in water, things like that. Yes, so, and there could be also some kind of new studies or new what is that? Not platform, actually, new subject coming up on Harvard, Oxford, on in big schools, like they're going to teach something, but they haven't taught before, for example. Um, yes, that could be really some a subject over here, but we needed to talk about that. And that could be also because of Jupiter is global traits as well, but Jupiter also very, very ethical as well, especially in the ninth house. There could be something with the World Trade Organization, new trade policies, for example, coming in. And as you see, the elected president in the US already making some kind of changes. Yes, there could be something to do with, more taxation on foreign or imported cheeses or things like that. It's very, very simple, but we will hear about this definitely. Um, all right. And what else could happen? Hmm. Environmental justice, and it's going to get a lot of spotlight. And again, because of the elected government, at this moment, like Kennedy got into position, as I said before, he will get in the White House. Kennedy is all about environment and, like against big pharma and against Roundup and, poisons and whatever. So, and he is a true environmentalist. There could be really justice coming into the system right now because they're going to pushing nations to adopt more responsible approaches to natural resource management as well. And also there could be some kind of ethical reform also in environmental policies, but also it could be a new trading policy between countries because you guys know about the BRICS and for example, in Brazil, they're still doing the deforestation for the Amazon rainforest, right? Because of there is a lot of illegal logging, and also there is because of farming. They want to have more farms because we are keep reproducing, and there is the guy and the earth is overpopulated, right? And we need the food, obviously, and there is reforestation. So right now we might going to have some kind of new policy coming up also in Brazil about that. And there could be some kind of global protest, obviously, because of, Antares is over here and it's a fiery energy. And, anything to do against nations or corporations, this is what who are neglecting environmental responsibilities. Um, but that could be also have a backlash as well because of Antares over here and even Varuna seeking for justice and Jupiter as well. But they might going to agree with that, but by the end, they're not doing what they really, because there is still a Martian energy over here, which is like opposing to the change. Right? And there, do you remember the Paris Agreement when 4 years ago um, um, the former President Trump actually get out from the Paris Agreement? So actually, we're going to see something about that kind of issue or subject again in the headlines as well. So, anything to do with territorial disputes, cybersecurity, anything to do with international alliances, it's going to change right now. Trade agreements, climate as well, ethical narratives, and investigating journalism. We're going to also hear about justice for people who was maybe wrongfully was in prison. And I am watching right now the documentary of the monster. They called monsters as well, the Menendez brothers who killed their father and the mother. And I don't know what is your ethical terms on this and how do you think about this subject if you have seen it. But in my opinion, and that is just because of those 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 children were raped for years and abused physically and mentally and emotionally and raped and with object and everything. So they killed the parents because of the abuse. And I think that 30 years was very, very harsh for them. I don't know what's your intake. Please let me know in my comment section because I really want to understand how other people think about that. But they were, I think that kind of justice is going to come up right now, and some of them going to be freed, who was maybe wrongfully actually just unjustified. Yes. So there is also, we have to talk about health as well here. So, and also we're going to talk a lot about weather as well. It is a new moon. It is a positive new moon in general. But because of we're going to have also Mars going retrograde after this new moon, right? And we also going to have the implication of the Martian energy because of Antares, it could bring in some kind of inflammation. And this is on the northern hemisphere, it is flu season. Mars in Scorpio, it's also injection, vaccination as well. So, there could be some kind of new policies about vaccination, for example, or something to do about something to do with viruses, or Mars actually in Scorpio could be E. coli breakout, and there is another E. coli breakout again. And I was talking about this like 4 months ago. There's gonna be a lot of E. coli breakout, and it started. So we can have in the headlines, in the news headlines, those kind of situation as well. Obviously, because of Sagittarius is a really positive sign, and it's all about education and mindfulness. And, there could be something, as well, like cross-cultural therapy training progress coming in. And there could be because of that is also application broadcast and podcast as well, not application, but because of it's teaching you how to be mindful, how to become spiritual. There could be some kind of momentum where we're going to have, for example, invented more kind of application, which is truly meditation applications and um, some kind of new teaching and learning opportunities coming up, but those are going to implement spirituality somehow. And there could be also because Jupiter is really, really positive and Sagittarius is faraway countries could be as well, long distance traveling. There going to be a lot of bucket list traveling on personal levels for a lot of people. There are going to be a lot of spiritual change. And, a lot of people going through and leaving their Orthodox religion behind and becoming more this more spiritual and it is different. You have to understand it is different, definitely. And because of Jupiter also rules Pisces, and Pisces anything to do with refugees and immigration, there could be also some kind of new policies about refugees and immigration coming in, but that's going to be more human, more humanitarian, more positive somehow, right? It's not separating children and mothers. Somehow I feel it this time it's going to be more positive the way we're going to deal with refugees and immigration as well, right? So, okay, and there could be also a lot of new podcast coming out, or it could be also because Jupiter in Pisces rules for example retreats and holistic wellness, but in Sagittarius, it's travel to the retreat, for example, and learn and teach. So there are going to be a lot of people who going to go travel right now and who are going to go somewhere which is either a bucket list or has a very deep spiritual meaning. Yes, and we were talking about the the vaccination policies a little bit because of the Antares Martian influence over here. And because of the World Health Organization, the WHO is global, and the ninth house, anything to do with global issues, right? There could be something with, vaccine distribution or anything to do like the WHO, the WHO going to actually target under-vaccinated regions and countries, for example. And they might going to actually use some kind of drone technology to access who is vaccinated and not vaccinated. I know that's very futuristic, but believe me, Pluto yesterday dipped into Aquarius, and I'm going to do a video today about the 150 possible new jobs, Pluto in Aquarius and Uranus in Gemini field. And when I was doing the researches, obviously I read a lot, and definitely drone technology could analyze faces, and it will be able to analyze who got vaccinated and who not, which could be a huge downside of because obviously not everybody wants to take the global medicine, and we will see what Kennedy can do. And if he has influence for other countries as well, we will see what's going to happen over here. Yes, but because of Jupiter is traveling, and it's conjunct, the new moon with Antares, so there is some kind of maybe increase in flu or COVID. There could be some countries which are crazy about vaccination. Australia, I know, and also New Zealand, they are crazy about vaccination. And I know Hungary, Orban also signed for the WHO, everybody needs to get vaccinated if some new, virus coming in. So it could be something to do with either immigrants or either travelers, some kind of new protocol globally coming in, which is like, okay, let me see how many vaccines they have, and we just only going to let in people. And it could be in headline issues because actually the Sagittarius new moon could be also people who are like tennis players, and they are traveling, or some kind of athletes, and it could be a new headline again, because I remember in 2021 they didn't let in Australia a tennis player because he was not vaccinated. So some kind of new headline like that could come up. And we're going to learn about Pfizer and Moderna. They're going to announce some kind of new partnership with the governments, or some governments. It's not necessarily going to be in America, but I don't know where you live. Obviously, not all my subscribers are American, but we will have to watch for those kind of news, because obviously Sagittarius is news and media as well. So that is going to be out there. Okay, and then there also going to be, which is really good, Doctors Without Borders, for example, going to do a lot of preventative, healthcare, and they're going to get more awareness, because they are doing really good work and helping underdeveloped countries. So definitely that could be a good and positive way to deal with any kind of issues which is coming up with health. And the weather implication, when I was talking about what is that, about the planet and what kind of planet is that. It is dry and, for example, has a lot of wind on it, right? Because it's only 0.25% of water and on Jupiter, because Jupiter was Sagittarius, and there is a lot of storms and winds on Jupiter, right? So it could bring in actually winds. And because of Sagittarius is a fiery, check the elements over here. Sagittarius also fire, right? And it could also implement some kind of potential fire and winds coming in. Winds are most likely tornadoes, outbreaks, and cyclones, because those are also winds as well. In the tornado alley, for example, in the US Midwest, but also, because of there is rapid change actually in the climate that could actually become anywhere else a tornado valley right now. But what I want to say over here, it could be because of when you check anything and analyze anything, you have to know about the planet itself, and Jupiter is really, really windy. Actually, it has like 400-mile an hour wind on the red spot on Jupiter. So this is extremely windy. But because of it's a fire sign, it could actually expand fires around the world. And we have seen in the news, right? There is fire in New York, upstates, which is crazy, because by this time they're supposed to have snow and cold and not really dry and white fires. Australia also could have actually earlier than expected bushfires as well, because of dry condition, because of Jupiter also a dry energy as well. So it could bring that in, but still, because of Jupiter is going to trine Varuna, which is wisdom, right? And also it's going to trine, I forget the other dwarf planet right now, but we were talking about that, which is the Salacia, higher octave of love. We actually going to be able to solve these cases. We have more resources. And because Jupiter, anything to do with news and study, so there is an implication over here. Doesn't matter what is happening, we have the right resources. We are optimistic. It's quick. We are capable to fix issues very, very quickly right now. Yes, and then the other impact, let's talk about finances a little bit, right? Because of everybody is interested, most of the people in finances, right? So, okay, so Jupiter, anything to do with international expansion, visionary industries, ethical practices, and also speculative growth as well. And what we have to check during this new moon, we have to check publishing and advertising. So anything to do with international campaigns as well, anything to do with shifting strategies as well, but it's in advertising shifting strategies. And it's going to be more ethical storytelling. So the global narrative is changing over here. And then, the companies you need to watch during this time, for example, the NYT, the New York Times company, for example, Disney as well, Netflix as well, because they're going to go through changes. As I said, I already mentioned Disney and Netflix. They're going to be more ethical, and especially if you read about Disney, he was a racist, and right now they can actually stand up against systemic racism and unfairness. It would be amazing. It would be really, really, a positive change, a Jupiterian change over here. But for example, business trade, foreign businesses, export, import going to be on focus, anything to do with international trade agreements, foreign investment, um, logistic or e-commerce, anything to do with Alibaba, because or also Amazon. Amazon actually could cross the borders and invite in more countries and ship everywhere, for example. So that could be a headline also. But there will be also change in Alibaba's business activities. It's going to be maybe more ethical or more visionary over there. So because of the new moon is really positive, even when tornadoes issue or fire issues coming in, it will still change us positively. We're still going to find resources quicker. We're going to respond. The first responders going to be more educated. If you educated, if you know what is your enemy, what you are standing across with, then it's easy to find resolution over that. That's why I always say to everyone, prevention, prevention, prevention. That's the most important. Yes. All right. And what else is going to happen over here? Hmm. Well, food production, for example, it could be come more ethical and, for example, justified. No chemicals in it, no dyes in it. It could really change the way we are living and our health as well. Uh, So, for example, if you heard about the company Beyond Meat, BYND, the ethical food production and environmental sustainability, it is tied actually to Jupiter because Jupiter is forward thinking in nature. It's visionary. And yeah, that would I say. But anything to do with foreign currencies, anything to do with commodities, anything to do with global trade policies, geopolitical developments. Jupiter also rules oats as well, and agricultural commodities, and barley as well, wheat. So, it's going to have some kind of shift in the global supply chain. And if you have known, Ukraine did have a lot of wheat production over there. So that's why I'm saying there is a shift over here. All right. And what else could happen? Also, the stock index as well, because of its rules, the index as well. So there is a shift over here. And, I don't think so. It's going to experience volatility. I think it's going to actually become positive and it's going to increase. Definitely. So more optimistic economically, this new moon for our investment. But foreign currencies definitely could be great to look into. And I keep saying I know a lot of people are against BRICS nations, and you are, whatever you want to believe and tie to, that's really important. You have to align with the values and morals, whatever you invest in. But I see them too coming up, and the US dollar going to have a Saturn return soon in Aries, and it's going to be in force. So obviously, Saturn is deflation, the US dollar somehow going to suffer. But, because of Pluto is in Aquarius, we're going to actually decentralize finances as well. So the bank's going to, we're going to bypass the traditional banking for sure. And it's not going to happen overnight, but it's going to be pretty quick the next 3 years, right? So this is a rebirth over here, guys. And this new moon is a very optimistic right after, Pluto ingress for 20 years and right before Mars going to go retrograde, actually in a point of 6 degrees in Leo. So it's in 6 degrees in Leo, by the way. I forgot to talk about this. Oh yes, I forget to talk about this, and it is going to trine the new moon, right? Where it's going to go retrograde. Yes, so there is another Martian energy, but when you check the rays, the rays are the for example, where is the new moon going to take place at 9 degrees, there is going to be the rays in opposition, in sextile, square, and also in trine. And it's in its ray, Mars, and Mars is malefic, but because of it is a trine between them, it's nullifying the malefic energy. Many times it's nullifying the malefic energy. So if it's an infection or a breakout coming in quickly, they're going to find the cure and the resources for that. So that's why I'm saying, but the Martian energy, obviously, it's a trine, it's in Leo. Leo represents golds and orange juice. We can watch for companies that rules golds and orange juice, but Leo gonna go back retrograde, so it could actually decrease the orange juice and the gold, maybe the value of that. So it's gonna be time to buy it, right? Because we are buying when it's decreasing. On the other hand, because of Mars's infection and in Leo, orange juice, orange fields, it could be some kind of issue with the orange growths, some new infection coming in or fire, as I said. And that's why it's going to decrease in value later on because of we're not gonna have a lot of product, and if there is demand but no supplies, obviously the price going to rise, right? Or the stock going to rise. All right. So this is just logic over here. Yeah, but so there is a few aviation, for example, because it's rules aviation, the ninth house and traveling, there could be like we're going to hear news about they're going to buy new, they're going to merge, what is that, airplane companies, for example. Mm. Or Spirit going to go out of business. Spirit has a lot of issues, and something else going to buy the planes, and it's gonna merge together somehow. But somehow for the new company who is merging or buying, that's gonna be very positive for them. Because it's a new moon, it's Jupiter rules. They're going to actually say there is a lot of luxurious airplane coming up. Uh, so maybe, it's going to be more comfortable to travel during this time, or not just during this time, it starts right now. On the personal themes of the new moon, because we have to talk about personal themes as well, we're going to have career opportunities in anything to do with export, import, podcasting, international marketing, anything to do with language teaching, or also studying as well. A lot more people are going to be hired as airplane navigators, because right now we 3,000 less employees than it should be. To watch actually and navigate where to fly and how to fly for the captain. So right now we're going to see like they're going to either give them more money and people wants to work, or things like that. And they're gonna educate them obviously because this is career opportunity. And also there it's going to be more certified program where we can enroll and study. As I said, the university is going to expand their fields. So it could be really, yeah. And there could be also like, because of Jupiter in Sagittarius, also languages, either the decoding a new language, or it could be also to understand the language of animals, for example. Why not? Pluto is in Aquarius already. Uh, and definitely it could be a lot more like spiritual tourism as well. So there will be new jobs, which is going to recommend and some kind of spiritual tourism, spiritual guidance. Varuna is involved over here. So meditation, mentorship, ninth house is mentorship, guys. So yes, ethical choices, you know, even at work and in relationship with others, or to being ethical or social media when you are actually trying to spread some kind of news over here. And just like me, like I'm trying to do all the researches and right before I'm doing a video, and I want to be really ethical. I want to bring you the right news, is to become ready for any kind of potential or any kind of challenges over here. Um, but also going to consider the collective consequences of our choices as well. The way we impact community, very, very, very important, right? Okay, and then what else? Hmm, you know, you can use an affirmation over here, and you can embrace the growth and be guided by integrity and wisdom. All right? And align with your choices. The choices going to actually support your higher purpose right now. And also your well-being, and not just like an individual, but just also like a point in a collective or a member of collective as well. All right, so then I'm going to go actually for each individual sign because of I'm out of time a little bit. And then I'm going to also do a meditation for you guys. So Aries rising, sun and moon. First of all, before I start Aries, you have to know the sun is for your career, father figure, vitality, Moon is mother figure, subconscious, living situation, history land, anything to do with real estate, your family, and your feelings, emotion, and the rising sign, all about you. So I actually recommend you to start with your rising if you know what time did you born, and if not, then go for the sun sign, and after for the last is the moon sign. Okay. All right, so Aries rising, what's gonna happen for you over here? So if you are Aries rising, obviously it is in your ninth house, education, travel, and higher ideas, right? Anything to do with international traveling, you might going to have a certification if you expand some of your skills in learning languages or learning some kind of spiritual subject as well. You can also have some kind of personal growth over here, enroll in spiritual retreat or take some kind of philosophy class, right? Anything but inspire your growth. And also, you can get married the second time, or you can meet your partner who going to become actually your significant other later on. Maybe by the time there is going to be a Sagittarius full moon in Taurus season, but also it could health-wise, if you are try to meditate more and have some kind of new alternative healing methods, use frequency, energy healing, it could help you to get healed right now. And, if you are young and you want to take like classes, and right now maybe you're traveling to see where you're going to go to university. Is it going to be abroad or is it going to be here? And on financial term for you guys or field for you guys, you can launch an international online course, or you are capable actually to study abroad, as I said before. You also can publish a book, get an advance to write a book. You might going to have a lot of foreign client, also a new business opportunities with foreigner, right? And you can also organize a global cultural event or workshops as well. All right, Taurus rising sun and moon, it's going to happen in your shared resources, intimacy, and transformation. And you can actually reevaluate joint accounts and investment with your partner. It could be also great to sign a prenup. You might going to get some kind of tax refund, or like even inheritance could come in. Your partner also could get promoted during this time as well. You can actually also explore psychotherapy and do some kind of shadow work, something what was hidden. And right now you're going to discover, that side of you and you want to face it, face your fears. There could be also some kind of really good term in intimacy for you guys. It could be deepen your relationship with your significant other. Yeah, you can also focus on gut health because of eighth house, anything to do with your intestines and parasites. So detoxification and transformation over here through gut health. Like, okay, I'm going to make sure I'm having a parasite cleanse here. All right, and let me read what I got. Okay, I'm going. So also, anything to do with paying of debts or what else could be over here? Like even change your interest rate right now. Um, and you can also hire at that stage if you had something, sorry about the noise, if you had anything to do with like, what is that, like when you lost your identity theft or something like that, this is an opportunity right now to investigate and that is coming for you and it's positive. Gemini rising sun and moon, it's going to happen in your partnership collaboration, right? So you're going to find a mentor, for example, and you're going to join, and launch together maybe a course with someone. Also, there could be something to do with like you're going to make sure you communicate actually smoother with your partner, with your business partner as well. Maybe you're gonna go learn together something, get a license together, but it could be also mean for you guys, you're going to get engaged or you're going to actually plan a wedding, get married. So that definitely it could be great. And health-wise, your partner actually could help you to stay fit. And there you're going to get a lot of uh, like support from family members or from your partner as well. If we are checking your finances over here, so you have to deal with some kind of global agreement, something to do with like with your subscribers, followers. Also, you can actually launch a social media blog during this time. You also can seek advice for, like some kind of contracts and joint ventures as well. And you're going to sign a contract and joint venture, and it's going to turn out positive for you because you collaborate with the right person, someone who wants you to grow, maybe someone who is a VIP, someone who is rich and want to found your business as well. All right, Cancer rising, sun and moon, anything to do with your work health and daily routine, right? And your this is also your soulmate and your small animal and rental property as well. So seek out new opportunities in wellness or service-based industries. Also, you can start a new fitness regime, focus on cardio or anything to do with outside activities, outdoor activities, because Sagittarius loves that. And, because Sagittarius is a fire sign, obviously anything to do with running or, which makes your heart, go fast. So also it could be you're going to be more generous to your employees or your coworkers, going to be positive and pleasant to be around as well. And there could be, because Sagittarius and Jupiter also like to be on events, they like to be in center of attention as well. There could be also you going to get some jobs with teaching as well, or you might going to also start to build up something, a business with an international business, for example, an online business, which could be like teaching online schools, right? Or you invest in wellness, you open a gym or yoga studio, enroll an international health program, or you're going to also brand and market your business. So you're going to have a campaign to do that, or hire someone. You can also upgrade your office as well, and you can collaborate with people, foreigners, for example, as well. And yeah, so definitely it's going to be a change in your daily schedule, and you're going to become more productive, more active. All right, Leo, rising, sun and moon, creativity, hobbies, and personal joy. There could be some kind of showcase your creativity, anything to do with workshop, anything to do with getting an agent, a manager, planning a new design, a new cover for your book, or for your for your music. If you are, for example, a musician. Also, it could be like, all right, I want to get pregnant, or we want to have a baby if you are a man. But also it could regenerate something in your childhood passion, anything to do with writing, painting, music, also with traveling as well. Or you might going to be assigned actually to a professional athletic group, because fifth house could be as well that. But you can also have some kind of romance, a fling over here. Definitely it's going to make you really active and joyous, because fifth house anything to do with pleasure and joy. And also you're going to be pleased around your children if you have children. You can publish a children book, and it could be educational or spiritual based as well. If you would like to have an art gallery opening or anything to do with digital design, go ahead and do it, because these are good time for that. You can also do some kind of competition, go to, like very Simon, that America Got Talent or British Got Talent, some kind of global competition. And you might go into actually, if you are a parent, you might want to start to blogging and doing podcast about parenting. Why not? All right, Virgo rising, sun and moon, it's anything to do with your home, family, and emotional foundation, anything to do with, remote jobs, working home-based, considering some kind of business also home-based as well. You are capable to reflect on your childhood memories and traumas and heal and resolve emotions. You are also going to reconnect with some of your family members where you have some kind of gapping and you lost contact. Or also you are capable to host family gathering as well. So your house will be full and filled with joy. And you might going to also support your overall health with, right now you're going to start a new regime, you're going to educate yourself about herbalism, spiritualism, how does it impact your health, and you want to implement that in your family's journey, like they have to eat home cooked meal, or you have to have a smoothie every morning, things like that. And financially, there could be some kind of increase in your property values. If you want to sell your property right now, why not? Uh, you can actually lower your interest rate, anything to do with, this is also inheritance in one way as well, because this is ending and death could be as well. Some of you, if you have a very old parent ready to do the transition, you might going to have that coming in. But you can also reconnect with families abroad. It's beautiful most of the time. Uh, so mm, you are capable to do some kind of positive change to your home. Um, or start some kind of educational trust. Maybe you are putting your house in a trust, and maybe you connect that your children only can get if they're going to have certain kind of education, something like that. Or stay with your spiritual background. I don't know, but a lot of people does that in their trust. Libra rising sun and moon, you're going to have that in the third house: communication, skill-based study, crafting, anything to do with neighborhood project, networking, learning. You can pitch your ideas in meetings or begin work public speaking project. Also, you can write something, write a book, tell your stories on workshop, do an online course, for example, either study or you are doing online schools as well to express yourself. You are also going to be able to strengthen bonds with your sibling, with your friends, niece, nephew, aunt, uncle, and your neighbors, especially if you had some kind of fallouts, right? And then also, it's really good to stimulate your mind with journalism and writing and balance anything to do with, with your emotion, because obviously it's the moon and moon is emotion as well. But definitely, you can also invest in courses and tours, which is going to improve your marketing skill and your communication. So finances, anything to do with publishing and writing and hosting webinars and creating workshop for global audience, very important. Learn foreign language and connect with people internationally. For you guys, have to connect international. You might going to have a neighbor who is, from another country, and you're going to become friends. Uh, Yes, so that could be very important, and it's good for you to base financial security as well. Going on global forums. All right, Scorpio rising sun and moon is going to be anything with finances, self-worth, material stability, right? So it's in your second house. You can negotiate a raise, for example, over here. You can have a side gig, anything to do with the side gig, which could be boosting your income. And it could be also like the way you connected with money, the beliefs was limiting, and right now you're just going to let it go and you're going to have success around money. And the next half year, definitely you are capable to increase your salary. You're also going to talk to financial planners, anything to do with trust, because you always have to see the excess energy as well. And trust and, will and insurances, getting new insurances, index, anything, whatever financially aligns with your goals. But it has to have Jupiterian and it has to have Sagittarian energy as well. So it's going to boost your confidence. You might going to get a job which is could be actually global or include traveling. For example, you have to travel to the job and it's going to make you really, really happy as well. Uh, you can actually explore some kind of ethical investment and you can get funds for investment as well. Anything to do with green energy or some kind of educational plans as well. You can also do something with e-commerce or something to do with international side hustles as well. So as I said, you can actually go and travel to the job and what going to make you really prosperous and happy as well. You can actually learn about cryptocurrency or some kind of financial literacy over here. Take a course to expand your knowledge, and with the knowledge, you're going to be capable to manage your money better as well. And anything to do with global commodities, anything to do with gold, oats, sustainable goods could be really, really great as well. Uh, and just check your spending habit because of It's ruled by Jupiter, so it could be like maybe you are overstretching right now. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, it is your personal identity, your leadership, new beginnings, anything to do with long distance traveling, anything to do with foreign audience, anything to do with education as well, and teaching and learning and being spiritual and doing your YouTube channel, podcast, broadcast. So this is really good for those. You're going to step into leadership and leadership roles. And you can also start some kind of personal brand in your business as well. Maybe you already have a business, but right now you are branching out and you want to add something on it, which is global and it's a personal brand, right? It's going to also redefine your goals as well. And you can set bold intention during this time to the year ahead, right? Because if you are a Sagittarius, then it's your new moon. It's for the year ahead. It's like a new birthday for you, right? Especially if you are Sagittarius sun. So it's birthday time. And you are going to be traveling with your loved ones. It could be also you going to actually prioritize your physical health. Because it's a fiery energy, you're going to be more adventurous in spirit, and you definitely want to work out a lot, but something that's joyous. It could, some of you going to get pregnant because first house could be also like getting bigger and it could bring in a new beginning with children. But definitely you're going to move forward, step toward to your dreams for sure. If you're going to define your brand, then you can actually get globalized and have a new global project as well. And as I said, you can do anything to do with YouTube channel or blogging, and it could be spiritual based, it could be educational, or it also could be anything to do with traveling, a traveling blog as well. Um, and then, pick the opportunity if you have be the opportunities right now. But definitely, or because of it's in your first house, you might going to change your style, and it's going to be more like ethical fashion, something to do. You're changing your wardrobe, and it's gonna be more sustainable, more it's going to be more organic or hemp-based things, for example, or either your cream's going to be really ethical, environmentally ethical. All right, Capricorn rising, sun and moon, anything to do with inner healing, spirituality, getting rid of actually self-sabotaging behavior. You're going to actually capable to dream big, and you're going to explore meditation, journaling, and also you're going to have a lot of lucid dreaming as well. You will need to set boundaries though, because it is like some people can really drain your energy lately, and you're going to have to prioritize rest and recovery because you don't want to burn out. And if you would like to, you can invest in spiritual retreats and wellness programs. You can go to an addiction center to get rid of some kind of self-sabotaging behavior. It could be a new start if you've been hospitalized for a long time. Right now you are healed as well. So, it's a personal renewal, but more like psychologically, spiritually and mentally. You can actually go to travel to wellness retreats as well, or you might go into study some kind of spiritual healing practice. Maybe you're going to study Reiki or prana, or some kind of esoteric study could come into your life. You also are capable to support some kind of humanitarian causes internationally, anything to do with homelessness, veterans, and things like that. And you can also write and journal because, this is also your dreams, and the 12th was ruled by Neptune and Jupiter in Pisces, so it could be like working behind the scene or some kind of production, movie, something to do with documentaries and script writing. Aquarius rising sun and moon, anything to do with friendship, long-term goals, anything to do with community-driven project, something to do with your vision, something to do with a better world, reconnection with friends as well. And you're going to maybe create a tribe, create a community on your own. You're going to definitely share your interest and your knowledge with others. You can join groups, for fitness classes or other adventures if you are old, like going to that golden age groups to hike together, or if you are young, it's also could be like some kind of adventures together and outdoor activities. You are also capable to invest in some kind of collective project. And you're going to make sure you find the funds for this project, support some humanitarian project here. Also, anything to do with technology, but it has to be international, maybe forums as well. Um, you can also launch a new global platform like Facebook or Instagram or something like that. And you can also crowdfund the platform if you would like to. Definitely, you're going to collaborate with people that people going to have be actually international, and it's an international social project somehow. And you're going to have a lot of influence globally if you would like to. Pisces rising, sun and moon, anything to do with your career, public image, and achievement. You can get a promotion, you can become VIP, you can take on to high profile project right now. It's going to boost your reputation, personal growth, anything to do with your new life purpose, which is actually going to align with your work as well. And if you are networking and influencing people, you're going to have a big growth from your circle, and they're going to support you. For example, health-wise, you just have to avoid stress and actually decrease the cortisol level in the body, to have less health issues. And also, if you would like to plan for long-term investment finances, you can actually apply for some kind of new career, with leadership to become the CEO, to become the face of the company, the one who is speaking for the company. Anything with international organization, global, the subject is global over here, right? You can start to teach. You can, publish a book professionally. You might going to be published by a big publisher company and boost your reputation, or your work is going to be in like maybe what is that? Oh my God, I forget. Forbes magazine or things like that. Um, so reputation over here, and mentorship as well. Okay. Yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about the signs. And right now, I just going to actually um, lead a meditation for you guys. And it's going to be a positive, beautiful meditation where we're going to seek for opportunity. And I would like you to actually sit down or lay down and find a comfortable place for yourself. Make sure, you are not disturbed, the dogs are not barking, and, everything around you is zen. And make sure you can put some kind of music as well if you would like to. All right. Imagine yourself in a serene, open field, surrounded by golden grass, swaying gently in the breeze. The sun has just dipped below the horizon, leaving the sky awash with deep indigo and streaks of fiery orange. Above you, The stars begin to twinkle, and the air is crisp, filled with the faint scent of pine and distant flowers. In the center of the field is a circle of flickering lanterns, their soft glow inviting you to sit. You settle onto a plush cushion placed atop a blanket. A small altar is in front of you with a single feather, a globe, and a candle symbolizing travel, wisdom, and illumination. Sagittarius themes for the new moon. The sounds of a distant stream and the occasional hoot of an owl ground you. Close your eyes, take a deep inhale through your nose for a count of 4. Hold your breath for 4 counts. Exhale slowly through your mouth for 6 counts. Repeat this cycle 3 times. As you breathe, imagine your lungs filling with the adventurous energy of Sagittarius. With every inhale, see a golden light growing in your chest, representing optimism, wisdom, and freedom. With every exhale, release any limitation or fears that have been holding you back. Visualize the new moon above you in a vast sky filled with constellation. Feel the gentle tug of Jupiter's energy, expansive, generous, pulling you toward your highest potential. As you continue to breathe deeply, you find yourself stepping into the body of an ancient traveler, carrying the energy of Sagittarius, the archer. The stars above you twinkle with divine purpose, forming a celestial map that guides your every steps. In your left hand, you hold a finely crafted bow, adorned with carvings of constellation, not as a weapon, but as a symbol of your focus and determination. In your right hand, a lantern glows with the otherworldly light, illuminating the path ahead, even in the deepest darkness. The journey leads you up a winding path to a mountain top where an extraordinary structure emerges, a library of infinite wisdom, perched at the edge of the world. Its walls shimmer with golden light, edged with sacred geometric patterns that seems to hum with the energy of Jupiter's boundless expansion. The doors swing open as if sensing your arrival, revealing endless rows of scrolls, books, and artifacts. The air smells of parchment, cedarwood, and the hint of jasmine, evoking a sense of calm and curiosity. Inside, a figure steps forward, a wise guide, with eyes that gleam like starlights and a presence that exudes warmth and authority. Draped in a robe that shimmers like liquid gold, the guide extends a hand holding a golden key, ornate and glowing. This key, the guide says, is your gateway to the three doors, each revealing a miracle awaiting you. Step forward with courage, for these doors are not just for you, they will reap a blessing into the world. The first door, the door of abundance. The guide leads you to the first door carved from rich mahogany and inlaid with emeralds. The frame is engraved with images of bountiful harvest, overflowing cups and coins falling like rain. As you unlock it, the door opens to reveal a valley of unimaginable beauty. Golden fields stretch endlessly, dotted with vibrant white flowers that sway in harmony with the breeze. A stream winds through the valley, its waters glittering with tiny lights like liquid stardust. Beside the stream, people gather in joy and gratitude, sharing food, stories, and laughter. You realize this door represents the miracle of abundance, not just material wealth, but richness of shared connection and gratitude. The guide whispers, take this energy with you. When you share what you have, the world multiplies its gifts. The second door, the door of vision. The second door is crafted from crystal, so clear that you can see faint, shimmering images dancing within it. As you unlock it, the door swings open with a soft chime, revealing a magnificent observatory. Inside, the ceiling dissolves into the night sky, where constellations shift and realign, forming messages and maps for your path. A celestial telescope stands at the center, and when you peer through it, you see visions of your dreams, some unfolding before your eyes, others waiting to be pursued. The star seems to sing, resonating with Jupiter's promise of limitless possibilities. The guide says, this is the miracle of vision. Hold tight to your dreams, for they are the arrows of your destiny. Aim wisely and trust the cosmos to guide you. The third door, the door of compassion. The third door is unlike the others. It's simple, made of smooth oak, but it radiates warmth and familiarity. As you unlock it, the door opens to a scene of humanity in all its facets, laughter, tears, struggle, and triumph. You see people extending hands to one another, building bridges, and sharing moments of profound connection. A golden glow envelops the scene as you step inside, feeling the presence of boundless love and understanding. You realize this is the miracle of compassion, the ability to see yourself in others and act with empathy. The guide speaks again. This door reminds you that the greatest power lies in kindness. Through compassion, you can transform lives, including your own. As the doors begin to fade, their gifts remain within you. The golden key, now resting in your palm, transform into a radiant symbol that glows with Jupiter's energy of justice, expansion, and spiritual growth. The guide places a hand on your shoulder and said, "You are ready to step into the world anew, carrying these miracles wherever you go. Let abundance, imagination, and compassion guide your journey." You find yourself back at the mountain top, the wind gently brushing your face. Below, the world stretches out, vibrant and full of promise. The lantern in your hand burns brighter now, illuminating the path ahead. With a heart full of gratitude, clarity, and purpose, you take your first step into the next chapter of your journey, ready to bring miracles of the free doors into your life and the lives of others. All vision fades right now. Bring your awareness back to the field. Visualize the golden light from your breath now surrounding your entire body, filling you with warmth and confidence. Take 3 final deep breaths. Inhale for a count of 4, imagining the energy of Sagittarius fueling your next steps. Exhale for 6, grounding yourself in this moment. Set your intention. Whisper softly or just think of a single intention for this new moon. Embrace the adventure of life with wisdom and courage. Align with your highest truth and expand love. Slowly open your eyes. Feeling good and inspired. Start to move your fingers, your toes. Stretch and welcome back. All right, guys, thank you so much to being here with me. I wish you the most beautiful new moon ever, liberation, spiritual growth, justice, and also amazing travel on your, and go to your bucket list places, because that's the most important in life, to be joyous and happy. I see you with another video soon. Uh, Thank you so much to being here with me, supporting me. And as I know, as I told you actually before, please reach out for me if you want to help me with my video content, and we can agree in pricing. And please, I would like to work with you. Thank you so much. Have a nice day, and I'm going to end this. Bye for now.